Hello and welcome everyone. It is once more a Thursday day, which means we get to continue with the Ace Attorney. So let's jump right into it. When OBS allows and showcases that the game is there, well, it will only take a second. There we go. And we'll continue exactly where we left off, meaning right at the beginning of the 4th episode. And I do agree that Turnabout Goodbyes isn't that suitable of a name in the very end, especially since episode 5 have been added in the later versions of the game. Turnabout Traumas is much more a fitting name. So, further ado, let's start. Load. Merry Christmas! Itchy boy with the gun. Oh yes, the waterfalls. It comes in question a surprising amount of times in the series. And in the anime even more than in the game. And I do recall the sketch went in the manga as well. Yeah, it is funny how many things actually have a waterfall type of training, and it makes sense. Either to being able to focus on something while being under such a duress, or to be able to lose yourself while under such a duress. It's a perfect natural way to do it. A lake does not a waterfall make, if it hasn't done already. Or it could, given millions and millions of years. Cody! I can't remember the last time I heard that there have been like a sea monster sighting, and it has created a local variety of the Loch Ness monster. It has been a long while since I last remember hearing that. Ugh. Also, wait. I just, out of a habit, I just picked up a pack of cards and I was like, where is the rare? There it is. It's sometimes hard to see with the snow archetype. And if you're confused what I'm talking about, it was a Kaldheim collector set booster. And in Kaldheim, They have the snow mechanic, and that has some changes to the card frame itself, mainly making this frosty effect. It looks nice, but sometimes it makes things a bit harder to see. Not to that huge extent as colored artifacts in Mirrored did, but in a similar effect. But let's continue. Boring. Well, yeah. Well, to be honest, I haven't ever been into a household shower that has a high water pressure. Like actually high. Industrial ones, yes. Home ones, never. And there we go. I should have not given that idea to my... Murder. A man has fallen into a river in Gold Lake. Yeah, I messed up the joke way worse than I should have. Let's just say my energy levels are in a very confusing state. And it doesn't help that I just did some basing on a couple of Skaven and a Ender spell. So what's left of the clue is right next to me. It's PvA, so it doesn't affect anything, but I'm constantly on the verge that I will accidentally bump my elbow into something that's showing up. So that is an issue. But we'll get past it. Well, with a murder, definitely. But the news are not helping anyone, making it, giving the possibility that he's innocent. Well, are you so certain, Phoenix? You haven't really known him for many years. Well, let's move away immediately. Yeah, it's not like I don't recall it ever being a good idea to mention, oh yeah, I have been detained. Even in criminal circuits, if you mention that you have been detained, to most, at least the ones with reason, it should showcase, oh, they are an amateur, they got arrested, they actually got arrested, hehehe. So yeah, it's never a good idea to mention that, oh yeah, I've been detained. Who was he even expecting? Like, does the thing actually work in this universe that anyone can just request meeting someone detained? and they will bring them forth without telling who it is. Because it really feels like that's the case, how everything works. Then laugh. Laugh! Yes, you should be. I don't see any of those options being bad here. If he gets mad, he can't do anything about it. He's detained. If he bursts into tears, I don't see anything bad in that either. And yeah, he's right. Yeah, this is one of the best comebacks in any game, and then follow the realization that yeah, he's actually right. Well, we only have the badge, so let's represent it. Yeah, Edgeworth has a really good point here. Like, just trusting someone with 3 trials under them, with their life, doesn't look good. Anyone with any common sense would state, yeah, no, that's not gonna happen. But then, the other realization should be that you have gone undefeated for a while, and they defeated you. So, but still, it's only 3 trials. Well, yeah, like, what can you say? Many should be angry at you and just flat out refuse because they know how much of a scumbag you have been. Not all of it by your fault, but still. And on the other front, yeah, your situation is really dire. What happened? Well, to be honest, all 3 trials until now have had at least one huge luck factor. And when you start looking deeper into them, almost all 3 had multiple huge luck factors in them. Like, I would call, especially with the second one, that a spirit being like spirit possessing someone and giving you information should, even if possession and spirit mediums would be a normal thing, like a thing, like day-to-day thing, it should still fall under luck regardless of how common of a thing that is. So yeah. Also wait. This is the 4th case. This is the 4th episode. But isn't this... like, hasn't Wright been in 1/4 trials? At this moment. Hold on. Yeah. He has 1/4 at this moment. Why are they skipping 1? Is this a translation error? I never noticed. Oh well, let's just continue. Well, let's not get into that. What about the lake? Why give such a lame excuse anyway? Right? Well... it's a complex thing, so... well, it's seemingly very clear that you just cannot accept help from someone who... well... the situation with Edgeworth here is way too complex if you start to think about it. They haven't told the full on story at this moment yet. But knowing the relationship between those two back in the day, you would think that Edgeworth should understand that this is the perfect opportunity for the two of them to get even. If Wright would help him, they would be even. But he has to be an edgy boy. But this wasn't a place of investigation anyway. But yeah, well, we have the Cold Lake, so let's go there. There it is. Hey, just the way to see drawn trees without any leaves. I don't know, there's always something to it. A malice in them. But I like it. But I do find it odd how the ones in further in have leaves and these ones don't. Is it actually to mean that it should be warm enough for the trees to have leaves? But these one get too many fumes from the cars passing by. Also, whoops. That didn't meant to happen. Let's jump back over there. Yeah, my mouse went all over to the second monitor, and I accidentally clicked the scene from the Pokemon quiz. Yeah, I haven't deleted that scene, because it will most likely be needed somewhere in the future. But on the other hand, I haven't cleaned it up either. So everything is just shown at once, because that was a funny way to end the stream back then. Anyway, let's continue. it's not police place to say who did it or did not. They are meant to ascertain, arrest, and investigate. It's the trial system that is supposed to decide. Over here, it's very, very important that the police never, even if they would have been a witness, they would not deliberately say before it's actually ruled as such that someone's guilty, if it's a thing that would go in the trial. They will. They always need to say suspect. And I was actually in a lecture where someone that used to work with the police force mentioned how crucial it is that professionals of any field that has a strong public influence need to stay out of social media. They just legit cannot be there, because everything they say, comment, like, will be corrupted one way or another. And that's true. It's sad, but that's true. You cannot have a social media experience of almost any kind if you are in the public view. If you want to actually keep your bases secured. And your job as well. Because even if you keep your base secured, your employer can just go, you've been violating the spirit of your post, and you need to be fired. And let's continue. I would want to know what Gumshoe would actually do. Like, there's nothing he could really do. How many times can he make the same mistake? Like, jeez. And that quick jump. But shouldn't it be obvious? He really thinks that Edgy Boy is his friend. Of course he wants to defend him. And Wright being a defense attorney. Well, we are going to present our badge regardless. So, God damn it, I keep pressing the options accidentally. Today seems to be the day I press accidental things on stream. A lot. Well, I did showcase it, but it didn't influence anything. Let's actually examine, because I think there was some comment on the trees. Yeah, Windows chill. I wish that I could say the same. Like, I could say jokes or poetry so bad it would actually freeze people over. I would enjoy that superpower so much. But yeah, that should have been pretty much it. There's just a sign, and yeah. So let's talk to Gumshoe. What happened? Fluffy pink clouds. assumptions have been and will be very questionable throughout the time. But your sense of character is still recognizable. Like, especially in the spin-off, it's odd how well Gumshoe seems to just know without even mentioning anything. He just somehow knows that, yeah, that guy ain't right. But when it comes to arrest people, yeah, then he gets it wrong like 90% of the time. I'm gonna have to mute for a second. There's noises from outside, so hopefully they will stop soon. Yeah, that is true, but it should. That reason is not the watertight reason why Phoenix should help. There's other things which Gumshoe have no idea about. Knowing the date of everything makes many things feel so super alien. Like where people are, what have they been doing, and such. But then you have to remember, yeah, it's a Japanese game that's meant to actually take place in Japan. Christmas isn't that big of a deal. It has way different expectations and actions from people. So yeah. Do I trust Gumshoe with an autopsy report? For the memes! Ooh, the priesting. The priesting. I remember that there would have been something else here as well. But seems I remember wrong. But to be honest, why would they need to redecorate? The switch to from Steel Samurai to Pink Princess was insanely fast. And there will be fans of an older show like that. They will most certainly air reruns and still make merchandise, even though the show itself is over. But yeah, was that seriously it? I remember that there would be something more. But we can actually now go to Woods boat rental shop. Let's go to the boat rental. But when you think about it more, wouldn't it make more sense that it would be good for the business if a murder happened on one of the boats? There would be people asking, which is the boat that had the murder on it? We want to ride that one. I totally didn't remember this being a screen at all. I do remember this screen, but this feels a bit newish. I just completely forgotten about it. Yes, so. To be honest, I would be happy to have a noise sensor that would be that good at detecting. Because if you just shout next to a mic like that, it should technically detect it as a bang, since it produces a correct type of sound waves at some part of the yell. sort of friends. That's the line you go with, Phoenix? Meteor. Filming meteor showers, she says. It's midday. Christmas Day. Meteor showers. Well, it didn't. I don't take a genius to just further discover that she's not here for meteors. The camera is set for loud noises. Meteor showers don't create loud noises. The only cases where they have been when something way too large is falling towards the earth, and that has caused damage. In those cases, you are not taking pictures that easily. Your camera could easily break because of the force exuded from the fall. So yeah. if she's really going through film, developing film inside an SUV, that's going to be horrible. You cannot create a well-functioning darkroom for film developing inside a car. A larger van with a lot of effort, maybe, but with an SUV, there's going to be holes. Plus, laws stating that you cannot drive a car if all your windows are tinted. In many countries, you cannot have tint in your windows at all because it's illegal. It just it's to hide who's driving, and thus, well, deflecting, maybe drunken driving, underage driving, hostage situations. What else? So many countries have banned tinted glasses. I find this very confusing. I wouldn't call it trust. Just about. I think like both can depend on each other, but from Edgy Boy, it's clear that he's constantly barraging Gumshoe. And the mistake he does, I don't think Edgeworth can trust at all the capabilities of Gumshoe, but he trusts very much the loyalty of him. Yeah. I bet you guys are starting to see there are threads connecting and connecting. I don't think this can be shown at any occasion. Yes, but let's test it out. Yeah. But since we are at the station, look over here. We have this funky looking character. Department's mascot. Blue Badger. And I'm very confused how this guy, how he's not getting into places, especially after what happens to the Blue Badger. But anyway, let's go. I kinda miss office. Hard time talking again. But yeah, I kinda miss office environments like this. Having the, well, they are very outdated type of computers and screens for modern perspectives. But in the end, if you look at time, reverse time, they aren't that old. Like, computer sciences, the hardware and the software, it just advances extremely and ridiculously fast. So technology usually gets outdated at the maximum in every 6 years. And especially looking at the laptop, like how horrible of a laptop would be one of these nowadays. The screens are insanely small, they are black and white, keyboard are very awkward, they have extremely bad battery, memory, processing power. Still, I would like to own some. I do have a singular old laptop that's huge in size. It has, what's the Windows 3, if I remember correct? Black and white screen. No idea where it is now. I hope it's still out there somewhere because it has been back home, so I wouldn't be surprised if my dad just tossed it away, even though it was supposed to be a thing for me. Yeah. A character we've seen before again has a connection to what we do now. Oddly, connections to Crossberg will just cease. Like, you would think that Crossberg should have been an important background character, but he just ceased to be one. Well, we did mention that as a joke. Yeah, Wright is just condoning stealing. Not of the books, because we don't need the books, but of the bear, because it's kinda cute. Also, then with your random orange. But yeah, I don't remember exactly how do we trigger Crossberg to come back, so we might be just going bit and fro until we get it. Well, I wouldn't say that we have bingo. Looking at the bingo card from yesterday, we didn't get a single bingo. But to be honest, whoever originally created the bingo card, they put way too many things which were obviously not gonna happen. And funnily enough, some of the very expected things didn't happen at all. Well, she's clearly lying. So, in a situation like this, no, but she does have a point on things. The oh, bump on the mic then. The oddest Santa Claus in a game I've seen in ages. I do remember that the color tint and everything was way pinkish in the original as well, and in this remake, it seems even more pink than red. A day job selling hot dogs in a park on Christmas Day. Not the most sensible thing, you would think. Yeah, you should not have said that. Yeah, that's that's true. But to be honest, because she was being possessed at that moment, it did have a huge influence on things. You would expect that, yes. And cut deep. Yeah, one of these cases again. But since you are not being a sugar daddy in this case, you would think things to be a bit better than before, but knowing bots and how these things usually end up. Yes, the old edgy boy. Phone go ding ding. And an outdated announcement. What about the samurai dogs? That actually sounds a bit worrisome when you start to think about it. Guard dogs. Yeah. Whoop. Didn't mean to do that. But with the gaudy news, you would think Guard Dogs would actually be way more selling title all of a sudden. But yeah. Gee boy. Indeed, a defense lawyer. Yeah, that's what he's doing, yes. Oh, but... Yeah. Well, we'll get to know, well, most of the reasons in this episode, but I know that we won't be reaching there today. The episode is long, so most likely we won't even get to the next time. Because I can't remember like at what time we get the information. Oh no, we definitely get to some of it next time. But it will go all the way to the end until we like actually get to know things. So yeah. I'm just remembering, because the investigation won't be lasting that much longer, but there is going to be, yeah, I I'm thinking of maybe trying to speed it up a bit, so we actually get to the next, the part after this done today. The news headline on a big screen and in HD looks way, way, way too good. I'm just used to it being super wake shapes, and it had a lot more character to it that way. To be honest, the picture is a very good one, because it kind of looks like there is a back and that's a head, and yeah, it actually kind of looks like some sort of prehistoric monster, doesn't it? But knowing what happened, it's very odd how it would actually look like that in a picture. And especially I love how there is no splash going on in the picture. Also, like there was text, like it looked like it's clear text in the smaller picture, but now that it's big, we just have a very clear A and then the smudge. Well, to be honest, if there would be something large in the water and it would break from the water, it would create a loud sound. But it should not create a bang light of sound, it should just be a huge splosh. So, wait, what? Now I accidentally got my mouse all over the way to the TV screen, and my calendar appeared on the TV screen? What? Why is my calendar on the TV screen? It should not be there. How did that even happen? I'm very confused about the misclicks today. Anyway, let's continue. $1 million. And we just stole it. There are legit so many cases in movies where someone does a stunt like that, they say a price, and the others are like, just grow up and just steal it. And there's never any recollection for this. And in most movies, no precautions either. They just steal something from someone who tried to sell it and get on with their lives. And well, we should get on with our lives as well. I don't think we can. Yeah, we can't do it. But could we now talk with the edgy boy? No. I think we have to go to the offices, and then we can go to Crossberg, and yeah, there we go, Crossberg is here. me as something, are you not? What do you mean? Something? Could you be a bit more direct? And there we go. Yeah. Well, she does. They are sisters after all. But how could you even go to her saying like you're her something or other? And then compliment how have she grown. Grossberg is a really gross character when you start looking into things. Also, Grossberg have one of those classic classes without any hinges. Not hinges, what are these things called in English? That you're supposed to put behind your ears so the classes stay in place. Fresh lemon. I wish my youthful days would have smelled of fresh lemons. I wish I would have had access to fresh lemons at times in my life. Even now. Would be nice. But alas. Lemons don't grow on granite. Well, we will present our badge. Well, Maya is not seeing what that's actually meaning. Anyone who knows Maya and cares for her should be worried about her constantly. Her thievingly habits and lack of understanding of many cultural and behavior norms is a very dangerous aspect. And how much was the time? Well, it kind of makes sense because you had to give it as a corruption to a corruptive person to hide your own corruption. You aren't getting it back, but you should do something about it. Get a cheaper painting to cover it. Paint the wall. Do something, man. That's awful. Well, we need to present the report. Oh, you do feel like it, do you? You should feel more than... There we go. Robert Hammond. DL6. It should. It has been told to you a couple of times already. Yep. Indeed. DL6. I just had to wait a second for the music. Yeah, especially since we know that you were the one spreading what happened to the media. Yep. Funny how we get into this actiony music and that's everything. So let's go to the detention center. Well, we have to present the picture. Well. Oh, what about the DL6? Only for the DL6, that's your reasoning? I find it very odd. You don't know, you say? Well, we can only ask about the DL6. And here we go. We are back to this music. Yeah, this is one of the reasons why I say the Turnabout Traumas would be a very, very fitting name for this episode. Way, way, way better than Turnabout Goodbyes as well. And that is one thing, which is an actual thing in many countries, which makes no sense. Like, juristically I understand, Like you just can't keep all the paperwork and evidence. But there should always be a chance if something comes up. Like someone would confess finally on their deathbed if nothing else. Or some new evidence would come to light. The verdict should be able to be annulled. There should be something that should be done about it. But no, it will just go on the public view. Oh, well now we know that he was innocent, but he's still gonna sit in jail for the rest of his life. The limitations have gone. Oh well, this guilty guy will just live out free. Oh, they actually made the falsely good ones a punishment, a death penalty now because he fought guards to get the justice he deserves. Oh well. The case never happened. "50 years, you say?" Poking at traumas, poking at traumas. Is it now that we could... No? Oh, yeah. Was this, wasn't it? Here we go. You know what? After all you put us through... No. Oh. Yeah, that didn't joke. That wasn't a joke at all. I could really see a situation where Phoenix would be like, no, fuck this shit, it's too much. And he would actually say no, and everyone would make him so guilty that he would have to say yes. Of course, it's kind of... Of course he would say yes. And here we go. I'm surprised that Edgeworth didn't mention this at all. He claims he has forgotten, but... Oh. I just got to love how just casually saying, oh, he's on the floor in a ball formation, shivering. Just casually mentioning that someone is in complete dread and horror on the floor, shaking. Yep. Well, we have to find the gumshoes. And you know what? I did mention that I would be going through the second part as well. But now that I start to think about it, there being things happening today, I might not. It will be a way more suitable way to cut when this one cuts. Way more fitting place to stop. And we are nearing the time anyway, so you know. So let's go to the precinct. Well, to be honest, if we would be officially investigating the case, finding more witnesses is exactly what we should do. Because witnesses have been the only way to get things moving in this universe. And that doesn't automatically make it bad to come true. Well, I'm going to present the request. Worried? Yep, and here we get to know about another. Well, okay, the same trauma. To be honest, I'm going to skip to it. It's the same trauma, just another symptom from it. Well, it would be a very reasonable fear for someone to have. But on the other hand, if you've been living in a place that gets earthquake occasionally, you should get over a fear like that quite easily, one way or another. Oh well, we'll get to it eventually.